Hi guys, we're back with another video. And today we're going to be looking at this chap here. This 4K, oh yeah, Ultra HD Gamestick. Regular viewers of the channel will know that recently, I say recently, about 8 months ago now, I picked up a X2 Super Console, which you can find a link to in the channel. Or I may even try and put one of those funky little link things here. So if that appears, then I've done it. And if not, then we'll just forget about that. And my logic with that one was that I wanted to do, stream iPlayer, YouTube, Plex and all that stuff. So I wanted something that was quite beefy, for want of a better phrase. And that one, just so happened to come with all the retro games, etc. on it. This one I picked up, I wanted to use it for a different project. And I've had my eye on one of these smaller form sticks for a while. And over the holidays, or in the New Year sales, sorry, I spotted an offer on AliExpress for this. I think it was about 30-something pounds with shipping, and I opted for the 256 gig card that came with it. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be looking at today. So I'm going to do a quick unbox. We'll have a look and see what's inside. And then we'll get it plugged in and we'll have a look at the range of games that's on it. And we're going to go through all the different, emulators and whatnot that's there. And what I'm then going to attempt to do is export all the file names and everything from the card, which I think should just be about possible, and put it, on a text document or in the video description somewhere. Because one thing I've noticed off the back of the last video, I had a lot of users, and thank you for this, for leaving me the comments, asking, is this game on there, is this game on there? These things come with that many games that it's almost impossible to put together a comprehensive list of everything that's on there. So that's what I'm going to try and hope to do once we get this out of the box. So without further ado, let's see what's inside. Oh, I'm going to take the caveat. Oh, what have we got on the side? Nothing overly... This device has no built-in game program users need to install by themselves, such as installing games. Well, you spelt it right there. Why don't you spell it right there? The copyright issue caused by the problem has nothing to do with our company. Okay, so it's no built-in games, but it does come with a card. And it's a TV game box. Okay. Oh, there we go. Look, a little sneak preview of what this is going to look like. It's got the micro USB charging interface. Ooh, we can even get a little LED. And I suspect it's telling us that it comes with MULEC. I'm not sure if we'll get any 3D games or not, but we'll see. So let's have a look, see what's inside, see what's there. So we've got the stick, we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, a little receiver. I'm guessing this is for the joypads. I did, by the way, pick this based on the PS5 joypads that come with it, of which we have two, which is very useful. So we'll come back to those in a second. A little instruction manual. To be fair, it's quite basic, isn't it, the system? We're not going to need massive amounts of instructions. It just tells us some of the things it can run. Not that it does, because no games are actually built in. Is there anything in English? A description of the wireless handle. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's have a look, see, shall we? So we've got USB cable, micro USB cable, got loads of them. This could be quite useful if, so it's an HDMI extender. The back of some TVs is quite crowded, and this thing does have not a large footprint, but you're certainly going to notice it sticking out the back of your TV, and if getting it in is a problem, or it's tight space in there, what you can do is pop it in the extender, and then plug your regular HDMI in, and then perhaps blue tack this to the back of your TV or something. So yeah, that could prove useful. USB dongle for the controllers. Let's have a look at these, shall we? I actually don't feel like the worst thing in the world, if I'm honest. Like, I've held some bad knockoff controllers. They spring back quite well. The triggers feel quite responsive. It doesn't feel awful to hold in your hand. Obviously, it's been based on the PS5 controller, and just for sort of size comparison, there we go. So if you're looking for a comparison, yeah, the size, they're about the same, really, same size and design. Obviously, this is a lot heavier. This is, you know, there's barely anything to this. Also, no rechargeable battery. Okay, so we're looking for AA's in the back, and then I suspect that we'll just have the one. Yeah, the one dongle. Hopefully, will service 2 controllers. In previous ones, so if you remember the X2, if you watched that video, it was 1 dongle per controller. Again, which is fine, but yeah, so there's not really that much to go on. Oh, we've got the micro SD card in there as well, which has got the sort of push to pop, unbranded. Not quite sure how much of that you can see. 256 gig. It's a class 10, but then again, you can never fully trust micro SD cards or USB sticks, can you really? That's about it really as far as unboxing goes. Let's get it plugged in. Let's get it plugged into the capture and get some footage recorded, and then once we've done that, perhaps we'll come back and I'll give my final thoughts. So, bye for now. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to plug it in. So we've got power up. I've used a 5-volt adapter, you know, your standard USB, and whatever you're about to see is what I'm seeing for the first time. So here we go. Game box. Any more? Oh, hello. Okay. So we've got ourselves a nice little Street Fighter. It is, I think. Is that all Street Fighter? I've not really played Street Fighter since 4, I think was the last one I played. Oh. And we've rebooted, okay. Not always a good start. Have we rebooted? Oh no, it's just stopped. Okay, so the video stopped. And we can just see sort of there, tucked away, lost in the haze, is a list of, I suspect, systems. So while I was just getting sorted, I went ahead and put a couple of AA batteries into the controller, and so it connected straight away without having to do sync or anything. So let's see, we'll start from all games and we'll work our way down, and then we'll have a little look at what we've got. So we've got a PSP, Naomi, which was arcade version of the Dreamcast, the DS, N64 traditionally has been difficult to emulate, PlayStation, arcade classics, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, the Mega Drive, Genesis to those outside of Europe, the NES, Game Boy Colour, Geo Pocket, Game Gear, the Famicom, Sega 32X, okay, so the add-on for the Genesis, Mega Drive, Master System, Lynx, Atari 7800, Amstrad, there we go, one of my favourites. We've got MAME, back with the Ataris, 5200, 800, the ST, the Atomis Wave, not sure what that one is. Capcom CPS 1, 2, and 3, so we've got a range of arcade titles there. The Commodore 64, some Amiga titles, FB Alpha, not 100% sure what that is, the MSX, the Odyssey, and the Intellivision, the Vectrex. Interesting to see what they look like under emulation. We've got some hacks, okay, so some homemade homebrew for the NES. We've got the original Famicom, the Game Boy, the Game & Watch has been emulated. Famicom, the Super Famicom, so the SNES outside of Europe, possibly America. The Virtual Boy, the Neo Geo, the Neo Geo Pocket, Sega CD, the Dreamcast. Dedicated section for Genesis, although why not just put them all in with Mega Drive? Again, Mega Drive. The SG-1000, the Sharp, 68,000. We've got the Spectrum, and then a dedicated folder for 4-player games. So I guess we start from the top. Yeah, let's have a little look around. Let's see what we've got with the PSP. So loads of games to choose from. I like the layout of this. 269 games, so we've got screenshots and folder art there. I'm just going to pick one. Let's see what would be quite... looking for something. Let's go back to let's go back to the top. Actually, we'll go for God of War. Quite a hungry game, I would have thought. So when it comes to processing power and stuff, let's hit start or A for select. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that's quite handy at the top of the screen now. It's telling us how many frames per second, so we can really get a measure of how the system's performing. (15 frames per second). It's under the impression the PSP outputted more FPS than that. Maybe it'll increase. Audio sounds good. Okay, seems to be struggling a bit with PSP.
He hoped only to rid himself of the nightmares that haunted him for
Can we skip?
long.
No, we're locked in. Okay, let's see.
But for now, his only respite, his only
Suppose with it dropping to black,
scenes of his past was found in the heat of battle.
it's struggling to keep up a little bit, flicking between scenes. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Once the gameplay starts, maybe it'll slow down. Slow down? Settle down.
And on
Don't want it to
this
slow down, do we?
Kratos had been called upon by the gods to confront an unthinkable evil, unleashed on
I think we have to
by the invaders.
limit our expectations with these devices. Yeah, you know what you're getting. The stick isn't very big. I can't imagine it's got a massive amount of processing power inside it. It's not getting too warm. Just dropping my hand on it. There's a bit of heat coming from, but nothing. Okay, so we're getting some audio tearing now as well. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I think it's really struggling, isn't it, with the PSP? I'll give it a minute of playthrough and then we'll turn it off. Yeah, okay. Graphically, it doesn't quite look right. It looks like there was some the squares around the blood and stuff, and in the background that doesn't look like I would expect it to look. I'd expect far more detail than that if it was on the PSP. I think we're going to leave it there, although I'm going to try and figure out how to get out of this game. Okay, what have I pressed there? How did that work? So let's start and select. Not quite sure how I managed to get that menu up, but I'm sure we'll find out in a little later on. So we'll come back out of that one. Oh, and we're being treated to some... oh, what's happening here? Okay, so apparently the trigger buttons on the... Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and just take the battery out of this controller because it seems to have gone a little bit crazy there. Hitting one of the trigger buttons seems to have sent it a bit wild. Certainly in the menus. Now this actually, it connects really quickly, okay, so that's one pro. awful Europop aside. Okay, let's have a look at the Naomi. So as I said before, the Naomi, not got many games for this at all. I'm going to assume this is a Marvel versus Capcom. We'll boot this one up and we'll have a look. Yeah, the Naomi, for want of a better phrase, is like the arcade version of the Dreamcast. I'm not expecting much, if I'm honest. It struggled with the PSP. We can assume it's going to struggle with this. Okay, not got FPS on the screen this time. Not quite sure why. I felt that was quite useful to give us some early indicators of what that looked like, but
Marvel versus Capcom 2. New Age.
Okay. New Age. Okay, let's just pick. Yeah. We'll just pick 3 randoms just to get us started. Sounds alright. Seems to be running at a relatively decent speed.
Get ready to keep
Actually, this seems okay. I mean, my performance in this game is terrible. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Well, other than obviously trying to beat the other person to a pulp. Performing a lot better than I expected. That said, it is 2D sprites compared to the 3D of the PSP. Maybe I underestimated it a little. Maybe God of War really was something that pushed it to its limits. Perhaps not an easier game, but a game that required less resources would have played okay. Let's see if I can figure out how to get into that menu. So it's not that button. So at the minute I'm just pressing the home button. It's not doing anything. I'm going to press start select. It's not doing anything. Select and start. Okay, so select and start. Sorry, start and select this time. Start then select. Brings us this menu up. And it looks like actually now we've got a RetroArch menu, which we can close the content with. And back to the game box. Little pop there. I'm not going to go through every game in every system, but perhaps I'll just pop back onto the PSP and pick what one might consider.
Someone's at the front garden doorbell.
Someone's at the door. Not sure if that picked up or not. Just going to pick something that you might consider to be an easier game. Just to see how that goes. Well, there's something that isn't really weak. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at Earth Shield. Because for my money, it's probably would be less hungry than you would expect God of War to be. And apparently this one's running at 30 frames per second. So sounds good. Running well, you can see the 30 to 31 frames per second. So actually, it's holding its own. If, unlike me, perhaps you're a bit more into this scene, I'm not sure if these have different emulators that can run on this, whether you can get your choice of cores or whatever for the software that's running, but perhaps God of War could be run with a different piece of software on here. I'm not 100% sure. We figured out how to get to this menu, by the way. It's start and select. And do we get any built-in cheats? Just... no. Settings. Okay, so maybe we could fiddle with some of the settings. I'm not going to look at those today. I'm going to let you, if you decide to pick one of these up, have a play with those settings, because we could be here for hours looking at those. Excuse me. So as with anything, some games do, some games don't. Okay, let's have a quick look at the DS. We'll pick up... let's see, let's go for the Star Wars game. Let's see what these look like. So we've got the touch screen, obviously at the bottom of a DS. So I'm interested to see how that's going to function with a controller. Okay, so we've got the stylus. All right, okay, this is interesting. So the thumbstick at the minute is controlling the stylus, but I'm able to just go up and down with the D-pad. So let's go ahead and hit start. We've got side by side. I can never resist a place to pop in the DLG handle. Create a game, yeah, why not? Single player. I'll be Anakin. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Sounds good. I always forget how good the DS sounded. Sounds. Okay, so I've got the the left hand analog stick controlling the pen. And let's have a look. What is going on? Okay, so anytime the stylus moves... Okay, we're getting a bit of a nightmare here. Okay, this is starting to get a bit better. Okay, so I've moved the stylus completely off the screen as opposed to being on one of these buttons, because I think if it's on one of the buttons... Oh no, that's stopped now. Okay, so we can... Game's not running too bad, it's running a little bit slow for my liking, but I'm not sure if that's the limitations of the system or whether that's actually just the speed of the game. I think maybe when it was flicking between big screen and little screen, that was just points in the game that it was drawing to your attention. It does feel like now we've moved past that. Okay, there's some hotkeys as well. So if we're pressing... Okay, if we're pressing the triggers, that's moving between screens. So actually we can switch to full screen, I think, maybe? Yeah, okay. So full main screen. If you wish. I will leave the DS there. Although apparently I can't exit out of it. This is going to... Struggling to get out of it. Okay, I think we're going to have to do a hard reset. We're going to do a hard reset with the device. as I can't figure out how to exit the DS emulator. Just bear that one in mind. Are we going to be treated to some more Europop? Oh, we've got the Street Fighter video. Maybe somewhere in the settings there's a way where we can turn this off. Don't think I fancy watching this video every time I want to play some games. So it's a shame actually that in the manual there isn't more detailed information about how to leave the emulators that aren't on this thing. So I guess actually if they were giving you instructions on the individual emulators, and that's admitting responsibility and culpability for having them on the system, isn't it? So yeah. Okay. Let's check out N64 next. We'll go with the classic. Okay, we'll go with well, should we go with Super Mario or should we go with GoldenEye? I suspected people are buying this and they're going to pick GoldenEye. Last time I tried GoldenEye with an emulator, the controls were absolutely awful. Let's have a look at both, shall we? Let's see how they both stand up. I would suspect that 8 out of 10 cats would probably be picking Super Mario 64 or GoldenEye as their main games on this, so we'll see. Okay. Is that a little bit of audio tearing? Okay. So we've only got... Interesting. We can't move the analog stick up or down. Which... Oh, okay. And apparently... Apparently the select button also turns the volume down. But I can't turn the volume up. So that's not the best quick key, is it? And now we've gone into the menu with apparently no way of getting out. Slightly useless. Okay, so reboot to the controller. And we've now somehow got into a 4-player multiplayer match, which we're going to try and get out of. Start to exit. Is that for everybody? Does everybody have to start to exit? We've not got 4 players! Oh, for goodness sake. Right, let's try restarting. Please don't show me the Street Fighter video. So we've still got the Europop music. That's good. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again with the GoldenEye. We'll give it one more whirl. Cheers. Right, we'll whiz through the menu. So what I was saying was... Okay, this time when we load up, we have full control of the pointer, which is a lot more useful. No, I don't want multiplayer. Let's go Agent so we can actually just... At least I can do something without getting shot. So previously, traditionally, I've not had any luck with an N64 emulation. It's either been really poor quality. I as I suspect this is going to be. Or the controllers just have been substandard. I've not been able to do anything. So let's have a look, shall we? So right thumbstick. That doesn't look right, does it? Ugh. Oh man, this is going to take a little bit of figuring out for my brain. Oh, someone's shooting at me already. Okay, left thumbstick, turn, right thumbstick, up and down but inverted. And okay, left trigger. Oh my goodness, so all the movement is being done with the left thumbstick, which is awful. We could do with some... Okay, we can do some strafing. Oh, it's so sensitive. Try doing a speed run with this. Should be its own category. Okay, I think we're gonna leave that one there. If you're buying this for N64 emulation, or you're considering buying this for N64 emulation, don't. Save your money. Buy an N64. Okay, let's have a look at PlayStation. Let's have a look at PS1. I'm gonna pick Crash. I think we'll pick Crash Bandicoot. I'm going to try and stick to games that I feel people will have played the most of, and maybe the main reason behind buying this system. Okay, sounds good. Come on, let me into the game. Okay, here we go. Insanity Beach. Okay, so we've got D-pad and analog stick support, which is nice. Seems to be running... I mean, I'm not running anymore because I fell down a pit. I always thought that was a nice touch, giving you a life at the start for when you suck at this like what I do. Yeah, it seems to be running. I fell down again. Yes, I am rubbish at this game. You don't have to leave me a comment telling me, unless you really want to. I'm only going to play this for another few seconds to negate all risk of humiliating myself further. Okay, let's leave it to that, shall we? PlayStation runs good with Crash Bandicoot. Let's pick another game that I feel a lot of people may want to get this for. Another what I will call PlayStation Classic. Tekken. Let's go with Tekken 3. Let's go for a game that was towards the end of the PS1's life. Let's see how it performs there. So as you can see there as well, there's over 700, or there are 700 PSX ROMs, PlayStation ROMs. I'm not 100% convinced that's going to fill 256 gig. Oh, no, maybe. Yeah. Hello. Do we have a problem with the Tekken 3? Okay, just taking its time to load up. Okay, let's have a look at... let's just jump straight in. Should there be more audio? I would have thought there'd be sound pumping out.
Round 1. Fight.
I mean, to me, it feels like it's 9, 10, Although I'm looking at the timer at the top. That seems to be running. Pretty much in time with the recording timer that I've got at the bottom of the screen.
Round 2. Fight.
Let's have a quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So it's actually running at the speed intended. It's just perhaps a little slower than I remember Tekken 3 being. But for all intents and purposes, running at full speed. I would have just thought there'd be a bit more pumping out sound as well, but alas not. Okay, so yeah, for all intents and purposes, PlayStation running good. So next up, we've got arcade classics. So we've got over 1,900 of these, or what you would call sort of your classic MAME ROM set. No artwork, sadly, which I feel would have been a nice touch. Maybe there's an option where we can connect this to the internet and download them manually. Oh, look at that. What a little tinker. Not very nice, is it? Okay, Balloon Brothers. Here we go. Form lines with any colours, lines will disappear. Okay, so with these ones, we're hitting select to put credits in. Never played this game before. We've got ourselves an inverted Tetris. So we're going up instead of down. I should have read that little prompt, shouldn't I? I don't know how many I'm supposed to get together before they disappear. Uh-oh. Oh, they change colour, look, depending on which way they're facing. Come on, that's got to be, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that one there. You get the idea. Let's just try, again, something that... actually, a game that I suspect maybe in the 4 players. I was going to pick The Simpsons. But again, games that I'm thinking people may want to buy this specifically for the more popular games. And we'll just load The Simpsons up. Ooh, sexy parodies. Do we have The Simpsons, or is that going to be... Maybe it's under T. Yeah, The Simpsons. Okay, so we've got the 2 and 4 player. We'll just load up the 2 player just for now. Bad. Oh dear. Got a bad RAM or a bad ROM. It's not good, is it? Okay, so we're just sort of stuck in a loop there. So actually, it's not very useful. And also, I've had to Oh, is that locked up? Doesn't look like it's locked up, because I'm sure that looks like it's pulsing. Oh, did that just... Okay. Hey. So apparently sometimes in the menu you can use the triggers as well to move up and down. Right, we'll try... we'll try X-Men again because I know that's a popular one. Any arcade I was going in the 90s, if it had Simpsons or X-Men, it was having some silver put in there. Oh, excuse me. Okay, looking good. Yeah, this is playing really well, playing at full speed. We've got analog support as well, which is really handy. I've just realised that I mashed the special, which has drained all my life, which is why I've died straight away. But yeah, that's really nice. And actually, what I might take this opportunity to do is just drop a couple of batteries into that second controller and just see how this performs. Typical, we had one battery left in the packet. Tell you what, let's just resume that. Cyclops can hold his own for a minute, or not, as the case may be. So again, connected really quickly. Lights on. We're connected. Looks like we've got a different coloured light actually. Ooh. Red light, green light. And we're in straight away. So that is actually connected really quickly. I'm really impressed with that. No faffing around with syncing. Although we seem to have paused. No, I've said that. Well, I was really impressed with that, but that seems to have crashed the system. Hold that thought. We're going to do another hard reset, apparently, which means that we're going to be treated... Oh, no, actually... I think it may be my capture device that's... I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, for whatever reason, the capture device there just decided to throw a hissy fit and kick us out. So we have got both connectors, controllers connected just fine. It was that one I was using because that one feels warmer. And again, we've got different coloured lights, which is nice. So next up on the list, we've got the SNES, Super Nintendo. Later down the list, we've got the Famicom as well. I'm just going to test this once, and I'm just going to pick a random game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chuck Rock. Games such as these ones I expect to run a lot better. Games from the Famicom, with the exception of games that would have required the Super FX chip. A game which are notoriously difficult to emulate due to the extra hardware that they had built into the chip. But for your, what I would call everyday Commodore Garden 16-bit games, such as Chuck Rock, Mario, and then Sonic's on the Sega and things like that, that's multiple Sonic games, not I think the Hedgehog is called Sonic's. I'd quite like to play now. Does it pick that one up as player one? Yes it does. Okay. Might be an important point to note. I think red may denote player one. Unga Bunga. Oh, died. Was that the quickest death ever? Okay, so he's... Okay, kick and belly. This may actually be the first time I played Chuck Rock. Do I have to jump on there? But yeah, really nicely. I don't think we need to see too much of that. What I will do is very quickly put... let's see, what... perhaps actually I could put Star Fox on and we'll just give that a quick look. Or was it Stunt Race? It's really not the best game anyway, is it? I think if you're looking at one of these, you can safely assume that 99% of the SNES games are going to work fine. We'll pick a random Game Boy Advance game. 3, 2, 1, stop. Oh, come on, don't make me sit through ages. Why did they do this? Why did they make you sit through so much unskippable stuff sometimes? Aragorn. Oh, look at that. Oh! What an absolute hero. Aragorn? Erwin. Theoden. Honourable charge. Aragorn didn't sound like that. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Okay, come on, let me hack and slash something. Yes, here we go. Okay, so again, analog stick support, which is not... Oh, you can just chop down a tree. Yeah, here we go. Hack and slash. So again, GBA emulating really nicely there. As expected. A wealth of games included in that category. Okay, so next up we've got the Mega Drive. Ooh, the saucy art there. Oh, Sonic Kid 3. Not quite sure what this could be. Sega. Is it just Sonic 3? I think it's just Sonic 3, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see what this runs. Sega. What did I do then? Why did we... Am I pressing back? I think I'm pressing back. I do apologise. Is A classed as... Yes, okay, here we go. Doobie-doobie-doo, out the plane, come to land. Oh no, who's this? It's Subsonic. And he's landed. Oh no, but all of a sudden, my name's Knuckles. I'm gonna steal your emeralds. They're mine. The sound... I thought it sounded like it was struggling a little bit there. Let's just watch that in-game timer. Seems to be okay. Boing. Yeah. Okay. Let's get a little bit further in. Yeah, okay. Sonic seems to run as expected, which is nice. Next on the list, we've got the original NES. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look at Batman. The original NES. I mean, what can I say? I expect this to run fine. It's low power and it's 8-bit. Oh, is it meant to make that noise? Again, analog stick support, which is nice. Depending on what you prefer to play with. Oh, Batman has burst into flames and died. Select his pause also on this. Okay, so we've gone through what I would call many standard systems. I think we can probably say we expect these ones to all run fine. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little Naughty Paris, I'm not opening that one. Spider-Man, there we go. I think with a lot of these devices, you can be pretty confident that some of the earlier consoles are going to run fine. That being said, we will look through them all, just so we've got that full. You know, we can say we've looked through them all and just double checked everything. I'm just going to give a few seconds to Spider-Man on the Gameboy Colour. Pocket! JJ, he's always so angry, isn't he? So angry, JJ. Oh, look at the quality. I say that with love, by the way. I absolutely love the Game Boy and all things Game Boy. Oh, look at him go. Ah, I'm being attacked by a bird. Birds don't attack Spider-Man. And how big is that bird as well? The size of Spider-Man. How many birds are there and why are they all so angry at Spider-Man? And can you just spam this for the whole level? I feel like I'm also getting higher. Oh, there we go. Oh. That was easy, wasn't it? Right. Let's move on. So I think the next up on the list, was the Neo Geo Pocket. 81 games for this one. Let's pick something that might be familiar. Let's have a look at Metal Slug. There we go. Never had a Neo Geo Pocket. Never even held one. Never seen one, I don't think. Well, actually I have. No, I've seen one, but never held one. Nice graphics. Actually, it's the background is nicer than the sprites. Yeah. No. Oh. Okay. There we go. That's a little flavour of the Neo Geo Pocket. I think we can leave it there, can't we? Just for time's sake. Okay. Game Gear. 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder what the screen size is going to be like for the Game Gear. How big are the sprites going to be compared to the rest of the screen? Oh, that's quite good actually. Lovely sound. Wait, what is... Oh, I thought it was going to be like a... What was the Mega Drive game called where you had the helicopters? I thought it was going to be like that for a second. Oh, look at that actually. That looks lovely. That looks really nice. I mean, you consider... Oh, he's dead. You know, yes, the Game Gear was colour, but the screen wasn't that good, in my opinion. You know, oh, he's died again. So to actually see it on a nice, clear screen, it actually looks a lot better than I remember the Game Gear looking. Oh, look at that, though. Oh, is it... Oh, that was like a little... Oh, and he's dead. So, yeah. Game Gear. Plays well. Looks nice. At least Looney Tunes does. Okay, next up on the list, we've got the Famicom, which is essentially the NES. When it... Sort of. If you're watching this video, you know what I mean. And you know what I mean. So, oh my goodness, look at sexy invaders, please, no. I'll very quickly just show you the Mario Brothers game. I will let you look at sexy invaders on your own time. It's quite nostalgic that was, wasn't it? Never seen that before. So yeah, like I say, it's. Am I right in saying it's the same architecture and that kind of stuff as the NES? This is going to run as expected. Yeah, it actually looks really nice, even in widescreen. I know purists want that sweet 4:3, but I actually don't think this looks awful, if I'm honest. What is awful is my skill. So we'll just leave that there. You've got a host of original Famicom Japanese games, such as Sexy Invaders, if you want to play those. Okay, right, we'll move on to the 32X. 37 games with the 32X. As expected, Doom will run on anything. Let's see, is there... a Tough Man contest, oh my goodness. Okay, let's have a go at the WrestleMania arcade game. It's quite a fast game. Similar to Mortal Kombat in some ways, in the way, I think it was it made by the same company? Was it made by Midway? I forget now. Yeah. Again, if you're into that game, you'll know what I mean when I say it was similar to Mortal Kombat. Also, the fact that wrestling is nothing like Mortal Kombat. Let's see what it looks like. Sounds good. Running well. If I go on that one, we get extra sprites on the screen because we've got 2 enemies instead of 1. Do we get analog stick support? Yes, we do. It makes it nice. Oh my goodness. When did you ever see Luger do that kind of a kick? Yeah, Yoko, come on. This is running really smoothly. Hopefully you're picking this up when you're watching it. It's running really smooth. It looks amazing as well, in my opinion, for what it is, when it is, and what it is. Yeah, I'm going to kick you. You're going to throw me, but I'm going to kick you again. Let's try with the D-pad. Yeah, that's good. Oh, what's going on there? Why is he fighting his own man? Oh, come on. Can we beat these guys? I think we're going to lose. No, we're going to lose. Ah, bad times. Oh, bless them. So yeah, 32X emulated beautifully there. I enjoyed that. That was good. Right. Next up on the list, what do we have? The Master System. Well, we've looked at Game Gear. I guess we could look at the Master System. Again, quite similar. Let's look at Alex Kidd, shall we? It's a classic. Looks nice. Bit of screen tearing there at the side, but we can forgive that. Seems to run in at decent speed. What have we got? Alex, thank heaven you found me. Hiding here since Jan can attack. Father is still alive! And he's dead. Master System looks good. It's all good. Nearly 500 games here for you to play. Okay. Next up, we've got the Atari Lynx, the handheld, and we've got 76 games. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Gauntlet, shall we? So famously, yeah, the Atari. Oh, I was just going to say that the one that you can play either horizontally or vertically. Okay, that's quite good. So pressing select rotates the screen. That's good, because it means that it's not stopping you from playing the game. Excuse me. So Gauntlet, as you would expect, I don't know what you'd expect, really. It's playing well anyway. That is a nice touch. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The monsters appearing at the bottom. It's just a little Brucey bonus, that is, isn't it, really? It's a nice touch. Other versions of... Oh, so it's what you are seeing. It's like a first-person point of view. That's pretty cool. I don't know if other versions of Gauntlet have that. I quite like that. That's pretty cool. That may actually be the most impressive thing that I've seen so far. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave that there for now. But that was really good. I enjoyed that. That first person thing was pretty impressive. Okay. I'm going to pick the Atari 7800, and I'm going to pick this one. Oh my god, Pit Fighter. Really? Rampage. And we'll look at the 7800, and I'm not going to bother looking at the 26 or the 5200. I feel they're all very similar. In a way, okay. I know they're not the same. But you would expect them to emulate fine. We've got analog stick support. Runs really smoothly, actually. And again, the picture looks really good. It's really nice. Sometimes, if you were to pick up, perhaps, an Atari, it would almost feel like a chore to play these games, in some ways. But actually, this actually feels quite nice to play. Uh-oh. That was a bad move. Did that cause me damage? Yeah. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, there we go. So yeah, Atari 7200. There. That was quite good. I enjoyed that. It probably helps actually. It's on a slightly nicer controller than the joystick. Okay, next up we've got the Amstrad, and we've got nearly 2,000 games for the Amstrad. Let's see, shall we? Blasteroids. Let's see, is this going to be an Asteroids clone? So something that I've always found that is difficult with keyboard-based systems is emulators don't always emulate the keyboard correctly. You know, loading the games and things like that. With the Spectrum, the Commodore, the Amstrad. Oh, this looks... Oh, there we go. So, space to start. Do we have a spacebar button? No, we don't. And this is one of the issues that you come up against. Okay, so pressing... So I did just manage to get a keyboard to call it. I thought it was... Still not quite sure what I pressed to make the keyboard appear, but never mind. Right, is that spacebar? No. Space, there we go. But now how do I make it go away? Oh, there we go. Define keyboard controls. Well, we don't want to play with the keyboard. We want to play with the joystick. Thrust, does that work? Transform, turn left, turn right. Oh, fire. Okay, let's hit that one. Easy warp. Yeah, why not? What is going on here? Right, let's see if one more time I can make that keyboard appear. Was it just select? Was it hold select and press start? Was it home? Okay, so it's start and select, but that also brings up the quick menu for RetroArch. So if you're doing that, it's start select, you can get rid of it, and that leaves the keyboard on the screen. You can then bring that menu up again, and then it goes for that time. Not the best thing in the world, not the most ideal, but at least it does the job. And once that is on the screen, I think that... Does that stop that from working? No, it was just being a bit fussy. You can be sure, or 99.9% sure, that your Amstrad ROMs are going to work. Okay, MAME. I feel like we've looked at MAME already with the earlier systems. Again, we've got another nearly 2,000 ROMs to look at there. Okay, I mentioned the Atari 7200 that we played. We've got some more games that are 5200 only, and we've got some more arcade games, which I'm not going to sort of hang around on too much. They're all going to be much of a muchness, similar to the MAME. Commodore 64, I'll just pop one on so you can see how it boots. Let me try and find one. This is nice. We've got some screenshots on here. Alien Alien Panic. Let's have a look at Alien Panic, shall we? So just going back, the Amstrad, obviously, we were able to get a keyboard on the screen should we need one. A lot of them have this auto loading interface, which has been programmed, which is really nice. Is the game going to load? Loading, ready, run. Does that mean it's going to run on its own? Here we go. Okay, so joypad's automatically been picked up, which is nice. I don't think I can get a keyboard up. And actually that isn't... Oh, hang on a second. Okay. Okay, so this time it's the L1 trigger. Which is bringing the keyboard up. R2 is... That's picking up the joypad presses, but nothing's happening with my character. Again, a lot of these games are going to be trial and error. And I'm not sort of going to hang around too much and look through each one. Because we would be here all day, sitting through thousands of them. It's actually stopping the menu system working as well. Oh no, we're back on now. So yeah, these things are a bit hit and miss. They're a bit finicky. They boot up fine. Yeah, they load. But it really is just going to be trial and error. Okay, Amiga. Let's have a look. Oh, looks like I've got some CD32 ROMs in there as well. I want to come back to one of those in a minute, because with the X2, getting CD32 to run was quite tricky, actually. And I didn't fully get that going. So we'll have a quick look. Okay, what is this? Aniberry Auto Booter, patch not found. So these games that have been fixed and patched, yeah. Set custom one for infinite time, joypad enhancements. Come on, give me the game, give me the game, give me the game. Wasn't really privy much to the Amiga modding scene of the late 80s and 90s, if I'm honest. But having watched some documentaries on YouTube and things like that, it seemed like quite an interesting time. Okay, do we have... Yeah, I didn't think we had sound then for a second. This looks nice. Yeah, the speed seems to be running quite well. If I remember rightly from the Game Boy version of this, we're rescuing hostages. While trying to avoid that. Come on, let me shoot you. Die. Oh, not infinite bullets. So yeah, we'll leave that there. Although, can't bring up the shortcut menu, which could prove troublesome. Although the game has paused. Tried pretty much all the combos I can think of. Okay, so I think from Amiga, for now, I'm just going to do a hard restart and perhaps go back and figure that one out later. So that's something to consider if you're emulating the Amiga, and also it means that we have to sit through the Street Fighter video again. Yay. Let's get through this. I will have a little look at the settings towards the end of this video. Come on. Okay, so we're back in the menu, back with our Europop. So we got as far as... Wait, where's... Okay, that's interesting. Is it my imagination? Has Amiga disappeared? Oh no. Hang on a second. Atari. Did I miss? I missed some out. Okay. Well, we can nip back. So we've got the Atari ST. My mistake. 4,000 games here to choose from, or over 4,000 games. Let's go for 2, 4, 5. Albedo. Sounds interesting. Oh. Do I navigate this? Atari. Okay. Let's try a different game. Not quite sure what that was. Never owned an ST, so I'm not sure if that's what we were meant to see. Let me try... Let's try Altered Beast, because we know what that's supposed to look like. Rise from your grave. Let's see if that's it. Let's see what happens. Oh, Activision illegal. Okay, cracked by... Okay. Press the T for trainer. Okay, so what if I hit just A? Start. Select. Mouse. Oh, okay. So we can see there. So I'm pressing select at the bottom, and that's making that prompt change. But now this main menu has appeared. For the sake of this video, I'm going to leave the ST alone. I'm struggling to even exit out of this. Now I'm controlling. I thought I was controlling the mouse for a second. Sure, I was. I'm going to leave the ST alone. It works in that it loads games. However, as I mentioned before, with there we go, with keyboard-based systems, notoriously difficult in some respects to navigate with a controller. I'm not sure if you could plug a hub and a keyboard into this system. Not 100% sure, but for now, it's something I'm going to keep away from. Atomic Wave, it looks like it's another arcade system, so we're going to move over those. FB Alpha, again, arcade systems, so I'm just going to move through those. There's lots of those, which I don't think we need to look at, if I'm honest. Same as, although the MSX, that's not an arcade system, is it? Okay, let's have a little quick look. 3, 2, 1. Championship boxing. Sorry, champion boxing. Let's have a quick gloss at this. Okay, so didn't actually know what MSX was, if I was honest. This is just a basic home computer system. It looked from the pictures like the games came on cards. We're sort of below Master System NES, really, aren't we here? I'm going to leave that. If you've got a burning desire to relive some glory day that you had with the MSX, it's got an absolute ton of games for that system. Okay, the Magnavox Odyssey. So this is, you may have seen it. You may have one. If you have, I'm very jealous. Big old television console with the built-in controllers. Again, not low quality, but early games, so you would expect them to run without issue, and they do. Yeah, look good, sound good, as you would expect. Died. Okay, so we're gonna leave that one there. You can just rest assured that, again, any anchoring that you've got to play a Magnavox game with it is going to work. Intellivision, okay, very similar. To the 2600. That was it. It was the 2600, wasn't it? Not the 2800. I said that earlier. I'm sure by now people had already been being very angry with me for what I was saying. He said the wrong thing. So yeah, it looks very similar. Again, I don't think I've come across this console before. Certainly not in person anyway. Come on, how do we start? Oh, here we go. Oh, he's died. Oh, it's come from that side this time. How do we... Oh, man. Come on. Oh, it's just coming from that side. How are you supposed to... Haha. It went through. Right, I'm not playing that game anymore. Don't like you. Rest assured, again, I've said that quite a few times, haven't I? It will work fine. Okay. Vectrex. Now, was that the one I was thinking of? With the big black TV and the ones that are built in. I can't remember now. No screenshot. Let's have a look at Bubble Bobble, shall we? No. It's the Intellivision, isn't it? The one... questioning myself now. No, the Vectrex is the big rectangular black one with the controls plugged in. Right, how do we get started with this? Although this says 1998. Is this fanware? Is this a homebrew? Is it going to start? I guess not. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time with these. But I do need to turn my volume off a bit. Because these are hacks, okay, for other games. We looked at Game Boy Colour earlier on. I will just put a quick Game Boy game on so that you can see what it looks like on the screen. But we won't spend too much time. We can hear the ping. Yeah, there we go. I'm sure also somewhere in the settings there's a way that you can, well, there will be. Yeah, it's in the start and select screen. I think you can go and squeeze the screen to 4:3 as opposed to that 16:9, because I appreciate that not everybody wants it looking like this. So yeah, like I say, Game Boy emulates just fine, as you would expect. The controls are a little bit unresponsive, if I'm brutally honest, but a bit of lag. But they, yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next. Apparently, we're not. This is something I'm finding increasingly happening with some games. Is I'm loading the menu up, and I'm not able to navigate through the menu, so I'm having to. But is that a problem with the D-pad on this? Is that unresponsive? Let me know if you have any issues with navigating the menu on other systems. Right, what have we got next? Game & Watch, Super Famicom. Oh, we've still got quite a few to look through, haven't we? Crikey. Okay, so the Game & Watch are the series of handhelds released in the with the dual screens or sometimes single screens. And some people that are far cleverer than me have managed to emulate these and get them onto systems like this. I mean, I think they look wonderful, especially when they're like, you know, with the... I mean, that doesn't, but... How do we start? Game A, there we go. So you may have a burning desire to revisit some childhood memories. All the ones in here aren't strictly Nintendo Game & Watch ones, okay? They're other branded ones as well. But there you go. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Oh, it's a shame that's not in there. Anyway, next we've got the Famicom, which we've looked at as the SNES. Sorry. We'll pick up the Virtual Boy and have a quick look. Playing them this way should be a lot easier on the eyes. Famous in the Virtual Boy, well known for giving people awful headaches when they played for more than about 2 minutes. Sounds a bit funky there. Not quite sure how well this is going to emulate. It certainly does look nice and crisp though. Unfortunately, this game being in Japanese is going to make it quite difficult for me to play it. Bit of a gauntlet type game. This is what I looked at it. Oh, so, and then that depth of field would be the thing that's in 3D and will probably give you the headache. Okay. Right, we're going to leave that one there. It loads the games fine. Okay, Neo Geo. I think we did Neo Geo Pocket earlier on, didn't we? Where was the system that was up here? Neo Geo Pocket. Oh, Neo Geo Pocket Colour. Okay, this one's just standard Neo Geo black and white. Let's have a quick look at the colour. We'll do Metal Slug because they're always fun to play. I've been running this thing for over an hour now. Yeah, there's a bit of heat coming from it, but nothing that I would consider worrying. Max 330 Mega Pro gear spec. Okay, so spamming the select gives you lives. Look at that, that artwork looks good.
Mission 1, start.
Yeah, this looks good. This plays well. Good speed. In my opinion, anyway. Sounds good. Yeah. Obviously, one of the good things about this is you can just keep getting extra lives. Yeah, so you die, you know, you've got to complete it as long as you stay on it. Yeah, nothing more to be said, really. We'll have a quick look at the Neo Geo Pocket, black and white next. I know we looked at the colour, but we'll have a quick look. There's not that much to look at in terms of games, if I'm honest, but we can have a quick look. Oh, that's quite cool. Is England your favourite team? Yes, it is. England. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like. So we've got a top-down football game. Nice and crisp there, aren't they? Here, looks good. Plays at a decent speed. Can't really see what else is going off in the game. Nice little touch with the... Oh, where did he come from? Hiya! Nice touch with the names at the bottom. So yeah, I said the main thing of this thing is going to be the nostalgia, isn't it? At the end of the day, so if you're wanting to go back and play a game that you had on a particular system, is it going to be on here? Okay, 2 games to choose from the Sega CD. When we think about the specs of the Sega CD versus the limitations of this, I don't know how it's going to hold up. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, see, I missed Sega. Doo-doo. Just doesn't do it for me. Sorry. Okay, looks nice. Okay, so there's a little bit of lag with this, with the controller, with the button presses, which is going to annoy you with a game such as Sonic, because it's incredibly fast with the quick reflexes, etc. It looks nice, it sounds nice. But there is ever so slight delay. That being said, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, moving on. Is it the Dreamcast next? I'm always really interested with the Dreamcast emulation. It is. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got 47 games. And the one I always pick to try with the Dreamcast emulator is Crazy Taxi. The most insane game that should push any system to its limits. There's already a little bit of tear in there. One thing I am mindful of is that I may get an audio copyright strike because of the music in this, but Let's see, shall we? Maybe it will be that haggard and choppy that it won't even register.
Hey, come on over, have some fun with crazy
Okay.
taxes.
Sounds all right first.
Let's have some fun. All right, let's go make some crazy money. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at Axel.
Hey, it's time to make some crazy
Yeah. This plays a lot better than I remember it playing. Not remember it, what I expected it to play, actually. Not what I remember it playing, because obviously it played dead good on the Dreamcast. That's actually a lot quicker than I expected it to run. I played it on the X2 and it was awful. And yeah, wow. Right, okay, now we're getting a bit busier. The screen's getting a bit busier. The draw distance is kicking in, and we're getting some audio problems. I'm going to leave that one there because that was a lot better than I expected it to be. I was going to pick another game. I'm just going to pick... let's see, shall we? Let's try Marvel versus Capcom. Something that, again, is equally hungry graphically. And we'll see. See what it does.
Marvel versus
Probably struggled a little bit there because I was just spamming start. Listen to that music. Oh, okay, so this is like the... Oh, of course. So we played this with the Naomi emulator earlier on, didn't we? And it played fine. Okay. I will leave that there. It's never going to be 100%. Certainly not on a device of this quality, this caliber, this price. But it wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. Okay. Right. Let's see what we've got left. So I believe the SG-1000 is similar to the Master System. We've looked at the Master System. We've looked at the Genesis Mega Drive. We've only got a couple left now. The Sharp at 68,000. Let's pick Afterburner. And then the ZX Spectrum. And then the 4-player games are probably going to be main games. Please wait a few minutes. Okay. I don't even know what a Sharp 68,000 is, if I'm honest. I couldn't even tell you what one looks like. Wow, it really did mean wait a few minutes when it said wait a few minutes. Press button to start. Well, I'm pressing. I'm pressing a... Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so apparently pressing the two back trigger buttons brings up a menu. So do we need to... Okay, joy, mouse... Joystick. Okay, so be warned, you may have to flick this to joystick, but then that still doesn't let you start a game. Oh, it's just the left. It's just the left button for the menu. Change floppy. Oh, joy key. Okay, is it? No. Okay, and that's where we're going to quit that system. If you've got an anchoring to play the 68,000, I'm afraid you're going to have to look at that one yourself. Okay, the last system that we're going to look at, although I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, also that's a collection of 4-player games from any system. That's a nice one. Let's look at something from the Spectrum. So similar with the 64, the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad. Keyboard-based systems from that era. You know what you're getting graphically. Hopefully these games have got some sort of auto boot thing. Here we go. Okay, so select or bring up a keyboard. We can define keys. Okay, there we go. Redefine keys. Keys for up. Okay, so we've not got a joypad. Yeah, I'm just going to quit out this game. So again, these are all going to be individual problems. They're all going to have little issues of their own that you can figure out per game. Going through each one of the 5,200 games would be foolish. Just out of interest, 55,380 games with the 250 gigabyte stick. So I'm going to leave it there. The final thoughts on this. As with everything, I think that may have just crashed the capture device. But never mind. As with everything, yeah, you get what you pay for. This, like I said, it cost 30-something pounds off of AliExpress. So yeah, you get what you pay for. If you want to pay more, you can do and get a more powerful emulation machine. The £80 one that I bought a year or so ago doesn't run Dreamcast games as well as this one does. They're all hit and miss. Yeah, it's not an exact science. So, you know, videos like this will hopefully help you if you've got an anchoring to play a specific game. You can always leave me a comment again and ask, you know, oh, how does this one run? Is this one any good on this system? And I'll do my best to help. So yeah, really, that's us done for today. As always, if you enjoyed the video, yeah, give us a like, consider subscribing, leave us a comment. Yeah, any interaction is fine. I like that. Check out my other video with the X2 if you've got any interest in other devices. But for now, we're done for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next time.